Hiking, road running, and trail running are quite similar exercises. Most people would find the first two much more approachable, though. After all, when you think of trail running, you might have an image of some crazy people doing 100k ultra marathons. Here in Hong Kong, my guess is most people come to trail running from hiking rather than road running. Or, to put it in another way, trail running feels more like hiking than road running. The first two are in the same category, and this is not without its reasons. Hong Kong's landscape, despite its famous skyscrapers, are dominated by mountains or hills. Mountains are the original skyscrapers here. With its flat areas thoroughly developed, it's actually quite hard to find any flat-ish dirt trail without having to do some serious climbs first. That is why if you get out of the back door to run, if you have a back door, it's almost impossible to reach a flat trail. So running basically equals road running here. This rather unique perspective has its advantages. One is that people naturally accept the fact that a lot of trail running is hiking or power hiking, and may instinctively feel that trail running is a misnomer. In this video, we are going to go on a quite runnable official hiking trail, which cannot be reached by any public transportation. That is the Tiger's Head Trail, or 老虎头 Trail in Cantonese. To make it runnable, you have to do the necessary climb first. First, you go to Discovery Bay on Lantau Island. You can get there by taking a ferry from Central. The hardest part of this route is the climb, but you will definitely feel it's worth it afterwards. Although hiking and trail running are basically next to each other in my mental conceptualization of things, one further distinction has to be made. That is between hiking and power hiking. Both of them are not running, which is defined by having both of your feet temporarily off ground at the same time in the process. But the difference between them is your perceived effort. I don't think there is a sharp line between the two, but if you are taking longer rests than moving on a climb, or you think you might legitimately describe your activity as photo taking with some occasional terrestrial locomotion in between, then it counts as hiking. As for power hiking, even if you have one foot on the ground, even if you're not moving very fast, or indeed very slowly, as long as you're persistently exerting yourself, I think it counts as power hiking. And in order for trail running not to be a real misnomer, I think power hiking, when appropriate, is an essential part of it. Even the best of us cannot run up steep climbs or very rough terrain. Now I've finished the climb to the Tiger's Head Trail with some stunning views at the very start of the trail. Let's talk about trail running. My idea of trail running is, I think, somewhat similar to Christopher McDougall's Born to Run, the book, which I have to say I haven't read, and everything I know about the book comes from the numerous podcasts I've listened to about it. The basic assertion of the book is in the title, we are born to run. And the main reason that we get injured from running is the modern cushioned running shoes that running shoes companies, motivated by capitalism, successfully market to the general public. The key is then to return to nature and imitate barefoot running as much as possible. But I'm of two minds about this idea. My first pair of trail running shoes is the Zero Drop Lone Peak 5 from Ultra, which is quite minimal. You can feel the ground under your feet. At the same time, I'm also a big fan of the maximally cushioned Hokas. In fact, I ran all my races up to 85k in Hokas shoes. I'm still switching between the two and enjoy them both, so I don't know. But I do think that we are born to run, and I think we are born to trail run. Trail running is a completely different beast from road running. Road running is repetitive and on hard surface. Even if you incorporate some slopes in your run, it's still very monotonous. I don't think it necessarily contributes to injuries, but the prolonged repetitive motion and the impacts do make it more likely to get yourself injured if you are prone to injuries from running in the first place. I myself used to suffer from plantar fasciitis when I was running exclusively on road. After I got into power hiking and then trail running, the pain never comes back. After all, if we do the cliché kind of evolutionary reasoning, Pavements have been invented in the last several thousand years, but our ancestors have been running on trails with its varying terrains for millions of years. Of course, we are much more adapted to the trail than the road. Also, I think that trail running can give us some kind of primal joy that you can never encounter in road running. Running on dirt with some skipping here and there, changing your cadence and stride every several seconds, or turbocharging yourself and moving very quickly in technical trails, sometimes using your hands to hold on to something for quick balance. All these things give us some kind of unexplainable joy that you can never find in road running. Of course, I'm not saying road running is bad. Here in Hong Kong, if you want to do some speed work, you have to go on track or at least on road. But for those who exclusively run on road, you should definitely give the trail a try. It's a whole different world. And for hikers, I think you should not limit yourself by always having one foot on the ground. After all, our ancestors might not have always had the luxury to go on leisurely hikes. Speed matters.